Hey, this is Pat Merson with Fuming Mouth, and you are listening to Heavy Mental Breakdown.
Yeah, I recently had on your friend Jay Weinberg, and he had nothing but amazing things to say about Fuming Mouth. So I checked you guys out, and that album you guys dropped, dude, is fucking amazing.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, man. It was
Dude, it's so good, dude.
yeah, it's a crazy process, man. And meeting Jay and through it all has been, quite the trip.
Yeah, how long has Fuming Mouth been going for?
I mean, Fuming Mouth's been around for like 13 years, something like that.
Nice.
I came into the fold about 3, 4 years ago, something like that now.
Okay.
Um, I was in a DC grindcore band, and Mark had found me online and asked me if I would fill in on bass. I was playing bass at the time in the band. He needed our guy Sam. Sam would come in and out, and he had a child recently as well, and he's got a pretty serious job. So I came in and filled in, and then took on more of the bass duties on their tour with the Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh,
Um,
sick.
and from there on out, they just kind of brought me into the fold, and now I'm on guitar. So, which is
Yeah.
my primary instrument.
Cool. Yeah, so this last album has not been out for too long.
Yeah, I just released a couple days ago.
Yeah. So how is it doing for you guys? Like how did it feel when you like put it out and it's like this is what it is and the world can finally listening to it? Like how was the process of just kind of the hype and the build up for it and the feelings of finally releasing this album of yours?
Well, we definitely put in a lot of work into getting it off the ground, and it was kind of like we really had to get it out. I mean, it was like Mark pretty much just hit boots on the ground and was just like pedal to the metal and just powered through this album. He already had it, written and everything like that and ready to go. So it was just a matter of kind of finalizing it and putting it out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
How does it feel though for it to be finally out and people listening to it and rocking out to it? And you guys are going to be on tour pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going out Six
Yeah,
Feet Under.
playing. Hell yeah, playing and playing all the new tunes. Like, how has this release been for you? Like, just getting it out and
I
getting
mean, it's great.
reactions from people.
Personally, I think this album is just amazing compared to Last Days. Last Days Sun is its own journey. It's more of like kind of like where everybody was at that time. Especially Mark with his diagnosis and things like that, and kind of recovering from cancer. And now this is just like just blistering, just unrelenting, blistering, just kind of a return to form almost.
Yeah.
um, for Fuming Mouth, and I just think these songs are just so like a little more at its heart, a little more traditional, a little more true when it comes to metal. Not to say true in that fashion, but I get a lot of like old school Slayer vibes from some of these riffs,
Oh yeah.
and it's just a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to play.
Cool. When does that tour start? I think you were saying that. I think I cut you off. I apologize about that.
No, that's all right. We're going out in about a week or so with 6 Feet Under. I can't exactly remember the date, but yeah, starting mid-August, we're going out 2 weeks, 6 Feet Under. Then we're hitting the road after. We'll be back around September 10th. We'll go back out with Revocation. So
Yeah, you guys are going to be in Arizona and I forget. I don't. It might be Phoenix. I'm not sure. But you guys are going to be in Arizona next month in September, and I'll see you there. I'm excited to see
yeah,
you guys. I've
yeah,
never
that'd be
seen
great.
Fuming Mouth before,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's going to
Hit
be a
me up.
fun time.
We could probably get you on the guest list or something out there. So it'd be great.
That'll be amazing. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
and I do videography for bands, so if you want a little videos and promos and stuff, I got you guys. I got
yeah,
you.
hell yeah, yeah, yeah.
um. So one thing that I found pretty interesting is your kind of would you call it a part-time job that you have? Like what is your situation and what do you do outside of music that we were kind of talking about before this?
Well, I work at Medieval Times, which is pretty funny. I am full time there. Um, so yeah, Medieval Times Theater and Tournament. It's not. It is kind of a national thing, and they got a couple locations in Canada, but they don't have them in some states. So for everyone who does not know what that is, it's a dinner theater jousting Renaissance esque uh,
Yeah. If you
thing.
have not been to this is fucking awesome. I haven't been to one recently, but about before COVID, I know it was because yeah, um, I went to the one in Anaheim.
Mhm.
Was it Anaheim? I'm pretty sure it was Anaheim.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah, I think it
somewhere
was
in
on there.
Southern California, and that was one of the best dinners I dinner experiences I've ever
Yeah,
had.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's funny actually. That was one of the first things that Jay and I kind of like bonded over when we met because I'm from Baltimore, he's from Jersey. And the Jersey Castle is not too far from, ours.
Okay.
So and he would go there as a kid and he loved it. He was like, "Oh, you work in medieval times? That's so cool."
It
And
is.
when we went to go film the music video for Cheat Death, we were all out in Chicago, and there's a location by the airport. So I just kind of like got off the plane and was like, "Hey, can I come like watch the show and take notes or whatever and eat chicken?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine." So then when Jay called me, I'm like, "I'm in Medieval Times right now. You guys should, get here." And he was like, "Oh man, if only it was a couple hours earlier, we would have shown up." But yeah,
Party at medieval.
dude, it's
Hell
fun.
yeah.
It's fun.
Is there one in Arizona?
Yeah, yeah. There's a newer location in Arizona.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm moving out there, and I don't know really anything about Arizona,
Well, what
but
part?
Chandler.
Oh,
So it's a little kind of out there, a tiny bit.
yeah, I'm not. I just looked this up too. But it's close to. It's like 25 minutes from Phoenix, I think, is where the. Uh,
Yeah, when I was mapping it, I saw that. Yeah, my parents live out in that direction, so my wife and I are moving out there. We're in Brooklyn, New York, and we're
Mhm.
moving out there. We're something I was talking to Jay about is my wife and I we're having a kid,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
we're expecting her in December.
Yeah.
So
Congrats. Hey,
thank you
around
very
what
much.
date? Yeah. What dates?
Um, the Oh, we are moving there September 1st, so we will officially be there all starting September. Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
congrats. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not the biggest fan of the heat. I don't
Yeah.
do well in the
Well.
heat, so I don't know if I'm really looking forward to it that much, but the help of my parents is going to be good.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of just moving back closer to family.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need a little of the help, and New York's getting a little expensive. I don't know if you knew this, but New York is expensive.
Yeah, I
Holy
did used
shit.
to. Yeah, it's horrible. I tried to get into the city at that time. I was during the pandemic. I was living out in like Westchester County, New York, and like Hartsdale, Scarsdale area. And the idea was that I would we would move into the city, but through the pandemic. But things are just it's crazy. Things are just getting more and more expensive every day. So
Yeah. Everywhere though.
oh yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. Maryland's pretty
Um,
bad.
is it really?
Yeah, yeah, one of the most expensive
Mm.
places to live. So yeah,
Oh, I
highest
didn't know that.
yeah, highest taxed. It's crazy,
Mm.
but I
Well,
love it. So
but you love it. It's a
yeah.
fun city. Last time I was there, I saw the rapper NF. You know who that is?
No, no, I don't.
Oh, he's so good. Check him out.
Yeah,
He was amazing. It was yeah, it was the where I saw him at was it was only like I would say about half mile away from like that pier that's in kind of there in the downtown area.
yeah, yeah. The Inner
Nice.
Harbor there. Yeah. So you were probably
Yeah.
at Baltimore Soundstage or Pier
Yeah.
Six, maybe Pier Six Pavilion, something like
I
that.
think that was it. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was like a bigger space. It was cool.
yeah. I saw
Um
Dude's Priest there. It's fucking awesome, man.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Um but going back to the medieval job, one topic that I think is interesting is that you were telling me that they're pretty flexible with your scheduling. So you are able to have that time and freedom to also do what you love. Like
Yeah.
how important is that for you and your music? Just being able to I mean, just knowing that you have that like comfort there, and you can come back to it, you can go like, how important is that for you for as a touring musician?
Well, I mean, it's huge, and they have accommodated me. I'm surprised they have, and honestly, I'm very thankful that they have. They reluctantly have accommodated me all this time, but we do have a very good kind of like community within, the job is very specific. It's like a locker room kind of vibe. We take care of horses and we basically do, they're stunt actors, and it's like a sport, we get paid to almost be like semi-professional athletes. So we're running in sand and, and it's all big. It's very big on self-improvement too. So whereas they'll give me a little trouble once in a while just to pal around, about it. They'll call me rock star and all that stuff, and but they used to call me Ghost because I was never there, so that was funny. Um,
You're like, I'd
but
rather be called Ghost than have be stuck in a job where I can't tour. I'll take
honestly,
it.
considering some of the nicknames they've given people, Ghost is pretty cool.
Okay,
But
cool. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I'm a big horror fan, so ghosts are awesome.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, but it's great, man. I mean, like being able to do this. The only thing though is it does hold me back from becoming a knight. Being head squire, it's all right, but I would be a knight if I wasn't going on tour all the time. It takes a lot of work to do that, so you know. But it's crazy. It's fun. It's a good job. Community's great.
Would that ever be something where you can like do temporarily? Like let's just say when the tour is over and you've got the time to learn and step up, do you think you would want to, or that would probably be
Oh,
against your
100%.
schedule? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I'm basically like I'm the guy who's training guys. Like I'm like the first level to becoming a knight. The guys come to me and I train them to squire and what a horse is and stuff like that and kind of like the protocols that we follow. And if their temperament proves to be stable, then they move on to because it's a very high pressure job controlling that animal within this building and things
Sure.
like that. And it's as well, you're working with the animal simultaneously, so you have to like animals, you have to have a good head on your shoulders and you know uh yeah, and you also have to not be on tour a lot. So but I'm happy that I have a job. I'm happy that I
Yeah,
can help
right.
people.
So the fact that you have a job, there's a lot of us that don't right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it
Yeah, it's
doesn't.
wild.
Yeah, it's very difficult out there right now, and I'm sure everybody's struggling in their own ways. On top of other things, mental things, just financially, everybody was probably definitely
Yeah.
struggling. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's it is crazy though. It is very interesting to have a job where it's big on self-improvement and this is a podcast about mental health, so I guess I can go into that a bit if you'd
Yeah,
like.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So one of the best things about it is working with the animals. The therapeutic horseback riding is also like a very good thing that a lot of people will do. But just bonding with an animal every day, like I could be having a bad morning or like not feel very balanced, and I can just like go see my favorite horse pal
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
pet him and tack him and everything like that. And
Yeah. Do you have any of your own pets?
currently no,
Okay.
but yeah,
The horses are your pets. Those are your friends. Those are
yeah, I got about 20 horse friends, so
Hell yeah.
that's enough.
Yeah. So talking about mental health and touring and um balancing work life, what's kind of your experience when it comes to just like the mental health aspect of having to balance so much, especially like when you're like playing shows and you kind of have to be 100% every night, and what does that do mentally, physically, and knowing you got to go back to work full time right when you get back? Like how is that for you?
Um, I think everybody experiences like the post-tour blues, It's like you
Sure.
have this like dopamine crash after every show too, and it's kind of it's tough. It's just like any performance-based job, and medieval times is kind of the same way. I mean, you
Sure.
get out there and you perform and you give it your all, and you get this big high, and then it's done, and you crash, and but you're still wired. You can't sleep, so it's like you really, I think the biggest thing is sleep. People do not get good sleep. I do not get good sleep. So that is that's been a struggle, but we
Yeah.
we persevere. Uh,
Yeah, sleep is huge. You miss one day of sleep, the whole week is messed up if you don't kind of get back on schedule.
yeah, I mean, it depends on what's going on in your brain too. I mean, if you're just like kind
Right.
of a fucked up person to begin with, you definitely need to sleep and you need to have some kind of routine. And I think most musicians and performers are a little fucked up. So,
Mm.
we all have to just like maintain it as much of a routine as we can, and balancing things can be tough. Uh, but the reward of just playing music and making other people happy is just, you know, it outweighs anything I could possibly go through. So yeah.
Yeah. If you don't want to answer this question, I get it 100%. But I just wanted to go back real quick on something that I caught that you said. You said a lot of people in this kind of scene might be fucked up. You said.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Kind of just what are you talking about? Kind of in what way?
Well, I mean, I think to want to do this, you got to be crazy.
Absolutely.
That
That's very
that's mostly what I mean. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you got to be a little, and creatives are usually just a little eccentric. So
Absolutely.
it's just more so about like some people can experience more dramatic highs, more dramatic lows, or a fluctuation of both. It's just, you know, and I love meeting people like that because I am one of those people. I can
Yeah.
fluctuate up or down, like, it depends on the day. It's just, but being able to work together and coming up with something like that you all can feel and perform together, and you just really get through things together. It just is like the unity just really makes it so much, better for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you find your people, you're like, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do."
Yeah, and even
It's
if
like that moment, like everything just clicks. You meet one person like that, a second person, and you all just get each other.
yeah, and it's just like, people can have disagreements. It's hard to work with people across the board. It doesn't really, it's difficult,
Yeah.
especially when the pressure's on and you have to perform and things like that. Um, but regardless of like any kind of disagreement that anybody could have with one another, like it can be absolved so quickly just from a good performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any kind of miscommunication can just be like completely absolved by being like, oh yeah, yeah, no, we get each other. Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so the post tour blues you were talking about, how does that affect you when you get back?
Um, well, it's a layered answer. Because when you're on the road, it's very easy to drink and have lots of fun every day.
Sure.
And I love doing that. So usually how I deal with it is just trying to wean myself off of binge drinking for 30 days straight, by drinking water. and, and going to
Yeah.
sleep. It's really not so much of like an esoteric thing. It's just like, you just got to balance out again and get back to the grind so that you can do it all over again.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, you got to be honest with yourself, and if you need to cut back on your substance use, then by all means do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a really bad alcohol addiction a couple of years ago. And it's kind of been a process for me. So the binge drinking and all that, I get it. I had a couple scary incidents though with that, and on that last one I was just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like, so and just because it's within the first year, I'm kind of like keeping track of it. But it's like today I've been 185 days sober.
Oh wow, good.
So
Yeah, congratulations, man.
thank you. It's
That's
so
a lot.
crazy, dude. It's like I would go through days where like I couldn't like I had to have it.
Yeah,
And I never thought that this day or something like this would come. I didn't see it.
yeah. It's funny how it sneaks up on you. For the
Yeah.
longest time, like I personally don't have an addictive personality, and that is what a lot of addicts would say. But At least I hadn't throughout most of my life. I'm 33 now, and for some reason it's starting to sneak up on me a little bit. Like I used to be able to just like to just drink and drink and do whatever, put whatever I want in my up my nose or whatever and just and survive. Uh but now it's just now it is kind of like I'm getting to a point where if I go on a bender, it's hard to stop. It's hard to. I just want to do it every day because you
Yeah.
get so low and you have to just continue. Um,
It's
but it's just
kind of what gets you through the night and kind of helps you sleep sometimes in a way too.
yeah, it kind of helps you loosen up for the show too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just and this quality of your sleep is always so poor if you're like fucked up or something. It's just not.
Yeah.
So you're not really sleeping. You're just making your life a lot harder later.
Sure.
But yeah,
Um,
so
yeah. One mental health topic where I didn't really start to ask it, but it started to get brought up a lot. So it's kind of one of the questions I like because everybody kind of has a unique answer. So you've been in music for a while, and you've been a music fan for a while. All the things you make music. Um, with the rise of AI and a lot of the new well, the rise of AI bands and artists and Spotify streams and taking that kind of stuff away from people like yourself who have dedicated kind of like their lives to it and love it. What is your take on some of this AI talk that's going on right now with the streams and artists using AI to do certain things and just collaborating it all? And I don't know. Some people have some strong feelings about it. So I'm curious what yours is since you've been doing this for a minute.
um, well, I do think it's disgusting, but I don't know if that's really
It's
as
disgusting.
yeah,
Love
I
it.
don't really
Love
know
it.
if that's a strong opinion, but I do think it just is the opinion. I mean, like AI is like destroying the planet.
It really
So
is.
so if anybody really wants to like do that, it's not even about like some how would you say like I'm not coming at this from like a metal Hesher's point of view where I'm like, it's not real metal. I'm like, no, you're killing the earth that I live on, and that makes me
Yeah.
mad fundamentally. Like it's just you shouldn't be using it because
Yeah.
you're basically killing small children in like Palestine every time you use it. So like that's how I feel. It's like horrible.
That was good. I like that. That was hilarious.
And,
Um,
but it's also like who is using let's think about what companies are actually benefiting from using AI. It's shit like Disney. It's thing when people need to like make storyboards for shit. It is not for like
mm,
music or like metal or anything like that. And real shit's always gonna like rise to the top. Like people are always gonna want real shit. They're never gonna want. And even if some small child is manipulated by a bunch of fake shit, they might eventually find real shit. Or it
yeah.
might steer them to
Hopefully.
the real shit, you know?
True. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are making AI shorts as a career now. Like they will go to like YouTube and type and like search the most streaming things. They'll find something that has millions of streams. Go to AI, like some AI generator, type in the exact prompt that is, and
Yeah.
then start uploading it to YouTube. And all of a sudden,
It is
boom!
fucking hilarious though, actually,
It
because
is funny, dude. It's
it
weird.
so I've got nieces and I took one of my nieces out for ice cream the other day or something and she was telling me about how her sister, my other niece, was dating this like little neighborhood boy and he like cheated on her or something and they broke up and he and she's like, yeah, he says he's a musician and he has a YouTube where he makes like AI music and he made like an AI
Yeah.
breakup song about like my niece and we like listened to it in the car and it was the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like they just type in words into a
Right.
prompt and then it's like I want this to sound like Mac DeMarco or I don't know who some fucking kid listens to or whatever. Like make a Drake song about about breaking my trust.
Yeah.
And they're like 14. It's just it cracks me up.
and it's working. They'll
Yeah,
post it on TikTok and it'll
they'll go viral and they'll get
yeah go
rich.
viral. It is yeah yeah. It's taken away from the musicians who put all their emotion and all
Yeah, but
the mental and physical.
yeah, but they're still like losers, so it's fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
They gotta be
They're
losers. That's
they're
true.
constantly going to not be cool. So like,
That is true.
you know,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't matter if I'm playing in front of 10,000 people or like 200 people, I'm still me. I still feel like I'm worth something,
Absolutely.
Other people don't fucking tell me how good I am. I tell
Yeah.
myself how good I am.
There you go.
So,
There you go. When it comes to mental health and like streaming, is that a lot of artists are looking at streaming numbers or looking at followers or looking at numbers. A lot of bands are looking at the numbers. And I think that is not the best way to go. It really isn't, because people are comparing themselves to others without even knowing the band's process or their story. It seems like it's becoming more of a popularity online contest right now than the community's kind of coming together and supporting each other.
well, the second that everybody realizes that it's all fucking manufactured and fake, that's when people can actually start ignoring it. But I don't think that the majority of people really understand unless you're like behind the curtain and you see that, all these numbers are fucking fake. So somebody be like, we got 1 billion streams on Spotify this year. Okay. Like, yeah, sure.
And then they play a show and five people show up.
Yeah, it doesn't translate. It doesn't translate to real world success. What translates to real world success is playing real music live all the time.
Yeah, nothing will ever beat that.
Yeah,
Nothing.
like and everybody who's we I played with so many bands now that just so many so processed, not to sound like some old man shaking his fist at the clouds or something, but it's just all of the laptop music and metal and shit like that. It's just like it that is what makes me more upset than somebody using AI for like a flyer, is if somebody is basically like miming playing music live when that is what I do. Like, I want to play music in front of people very well, uh, and I want to be good for myself. I put a lot of work into that. So when I see somebody up there who, is just kind of like hitting play and doing a little dance,
Yeah.
that makes me mad. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. A lot of hitting play is going on stages right now.
it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
It'll be that way forever.
Yeah. Really will. Um so in this new crazy world of rock and roll, with everything streaming, social media, reels, TikTok, all of it. After looking back at, well, yeah, so looking at where you're at now from when you first started, what advice would you give someone who wants to kind of approach music today? And also, how can that, mental health advice, like what advice would you give for kind of starting something, kind of the best way to go, and then managing it once you're kind of there with real life stuff? But
Yeah.
just, yeah, just general kind of, what advice would you give someone?
Well, before getting involved in anything, I would suggest that everyone go to therapy. Just everyone go to therapy. I would have told myself to go to therapy a long time ago, instead of like I've been going for maybe like 2 years now, and it's just changed my outlook and just my
Nice.
ability to cope. Is that everyone should go to therapy. It's very good for you. Um, Other than
I
that,
have therapy tomorrow.
yeah, I had it yesterday too. That was one of the errands I was running. So,
Hell yeah. Hell
um,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's just like go to therapy, get your shit sorted out, or you could be like me and a lot of other people and just join a touring band and ruin your mental health at first, and then you figure out that, oh wait, it's actually me. A lot of these things are my fault. I need to change certain things about myself,
Right.
um but I mean, or just you just get out there and do it, even if you want to get out there and dance around and be fake, like it's fine. Just like do it, do something, do fucking something.
Do something.
Yeah, because if you want to go up there and dance around and be fake, uh then you know, there's a lot of other people that are going to get up there and do the real thing too. So, and the contrast will be very stark, uh, and much needed. So, regardless of what you like, just try it, just do it.
Yeah. I like how the first thing you said when it came to advice was go to therapy first before you get kind of wrapped up in something that you're not too familiar with. And I've definitely been thrown in situations where I put myself in and ended up ruining a lot of relationships because I was pissed at it. I was just like, I thought
Yeah.
that they were trying to make it harder on me than it actually needed to be, and it was just this whole thing. And
Well, that is
yeah,
an
a lot of
interesting
early
thing.
things. Yeah,
Another thing everybody will experience if they become like a touring musician, uh, and do it a lot is, you're going to miss a lot of really important things at home. And that's what's tough. You're gonna
yeah,
miss you're
yeah,
gonna miss weddings, birthdays, funerals. Your friends are gonna die when you're not home. And then you're gonna miss the funerals and things like that. It's very upsetting. It really is. So
yeah.
it's not for everybody because you don't just jump into being a touring musician. You usually walk that life. You live that lifestyle until you get to that point.
Right.
Um, and that usually comes with a lot of other people who want to do that too, who might have some vices. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
So there's not an application that someone can sign to jump into Fuming Mouth. I was going to send an application. It's not
I,
that easy, then, huh?
I mean, you definitely can. I'm sure we will consider it. Uh,
Okay.
but
Yeah, no, working early and getting involved in the community early is huge. Going to shows, showing up, shaking hands with somebody.
yeah, yeah, but not even like networking though. It's like just go to the show because you like music, and
Sure.
if you're a real person, if you're a real one, you're gonna find other real ones who are gonna want to play real music, just meet people, play with people. Even if you don't take it anywhere, it's still just good to play with people. It makes you a lot better. That's what I saw a clinic, Victor Wooten clinic when I was growing up. He had just written a book, and he had that was the one piece of advice he gave to everyone was just play with everyone you can. You don't have to go to music school. Just jam with everybody, all different styles of music.
Yeah.
Just get better at music.
Yeah. I definitely understand that because I moved to L. I'm originally from San Jose, California, and then I moved to Los Angeles for school. Um, and I wish that I didn't go there for school. I wish I would have just left home and jumped right into it. Because there's just certain things that you just don't need a degree for.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
like when it comes to the arts, like I wish I would have just jumped on because I moved there for film school and my goal was to be a feature film director and I ended up directing a feature film and then I kind of just moved on. I was like, oh, okay, did that. What's next?
Well, that's
I,
fun. I mean, that's still pretty cool.
oh, dude, I love it.
Well, what did you think? Were you thinking that it would just be better if you just didn't do that and made indie films or something without the school?
I wish I would have jumped on as a PA to projects first. I wish I would have PA'd for multiple different things like commercials or
Hmm.
TV shows or reality shows, kind of just really seeing what it's like to be on a set and kind of the politics that come along with it. Because I spent 4 years and then I got in that industry. I was like, I don't really know if this is for me. So I wish I would have experienced that life first before going to school and
Yeah,
wasted
yeah.
all that time to something I knew I wanted to write and direct films. When I started working on films, I was like, I don't care to work on someone else's dream. Like I want to do this
Yeah, yeah.
for me.
it does something like that does seem to be a little more niche, a little more difficult because it's like it's not like you can just go to a venue and like a local film, maybe a local film festival and meet some people to have your own kind of scene. That is actually the nice thing I like about Baltimore is a very like we have the arts college here and things like that, and there's a lot of people who do different forms of media, so there can be a scene for everything here and how
Yeah.
small of a city it is. Um, and I'm sure Brooklyn, that is probably the same vibe there as well, but it's you just have to find like-minded people. That's really what it is, And if you have to go to school to do that, that is fine also. Sometimes I wish I did go to school for certain things that, I kind of just was like, nah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I kind of did the opposite where I pretty much looked exactly like this in high school. Same vibe, battery shirt, long hair, stinky kid, whatever. Uh, shred guitar player, and like
Yeah.
um,
I
then
used
I
to
did a
wear
bunch.
Mudvayne shirts in middle school, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm the same guy. I just have tattoos, and that's the only difference.
yeah. So it's like the only I've got the only kid in town who liked, the only other kid in town with a metal shirt on. We just became
Right,
gross
right,
little
right.
best friends. And then he gave me my first guitar, and that's what I did. And it was like, um, you know, but then once you kind of, I played in like local bands and stuff like that, and did like talent shows, battle of the bands, and they all seemed to go off pretty well. But then I got out of high school and I just couldn't get a job, and like I really didn't have any opportunity, and like um I did a bunch of mushrooms and then cut my hair off because I got like crazy. And then I was like, I'm gonna be normal now. I like stopped doing the thing that made me me.
Right.
Um and I just focused on like dating girls and like just trying to get a job and
Yeah.
no, I wasn't really practicing music anymore. And it made me very miserable, but I, I kind of needed that. It was much needed character development for me
Yeah.
to come full circle back into myself, years
Yeah.
later. So, but part of me thinks, had I just stayed where I was, would I have, like would I have made it out? Would I have done something
Yeah.
special, or would I have just stayed the same? You have to try everything, even if it's something totally left field, just go for it.
Yeah. I like that mindset, the what if. That the what if terrifies me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's scary to jump into something new, but I would rather try that than like have to live with. I was too scared to try it.
Well, exactly. It's like and nobody was telling me to be normal, except for me and all the mushrooms that I ate. So I
And societal norms.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
was an angsty little hateful kid. I was like a hateful little black metal kid who just was like, I felt like I was probably really going down like a very negative way of thinking. And I had this really bad trip where I was like running from myself in the woods, and
Mhm.
I was like trying to kill like me. Yeah, it was really bad. And then I ego death, true ego death. And then you come back and you really learn to start loving people and loving yourself, and that's
Yeah.
important.
I felt like I went through that a couple years ago, and I feel like my life has just completely changed. I like I
Yeah.
feel like after like you have that ego death, and you kind of go through like it kind of leads you through a kind of spiritual awakening too. Where if
Yep.
you just see the love, you can feel it, the vibes. It's like talking to people, like your life just changes, and you start to really think like, do I want to live a life that like people expect me to live, like what everybody else is doing, or should I just do my own thing? And the
Yep.
crazy thing is that society and schools and they don't teach you to follow your dreams.
Yeah. No, that's true. If
They
anything,
set people back years and years.
it is funny. And my school was like very, very bad. I did so poorly in school, and anything that I would have excelled at, I was discouraged from doing because they kind of wrote me off or judged me as kind of like a failure. So it was like
Yeah.
they wouldn't let me in the band at school because they thought I was like a little punk or something. that I'd cause trouble, or
Same.
it's
Same.
I tried to do like AP classes, like honors classes and things like that, because my GPA was so poor, because I was such a bum. But like I tried to, I was like, oh shit, I'm about to graduate and my GPA is like fucking awful. I'm gonna, what if this music thing doesn't work out? So I just impulsively was like, I'm gonna take a bunch of honors classes real quick. I'm gonna pass them just fine, and get my GPA up. Um, and they were kind of reluctant to do that, And I remember I wrote a very good paper in honors history class, and then I was accused of plagiarizing it. And then it would have been an A, an A plus or whatever. They gave me a C because she was just like, I have a feeling you plagiarized it. And I was like,
I
well,
have a
that really,
feeling about it.
well, that's not correct. So
Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah.
can't imagine how many students today, any age, any grade, how many people are using AI to finish projects and write papers and
Well, all of them. And also,
all of them.
also probably none of them, but like, for instance, I've got a friend, another old bandmate of mine. He, youngest paramedic in Maryland, actually. He is now becoming a doctor. He's going to school to do that. Um, Here's what's crazy is that his entire class got like reprimanded, and like almost his entire class was almost failed, because for their final, the teacher claimed that they used a software to scan each paper, and every single one of the papers came back as, having used AI to complete them. And the funny thing is, and my buddy, he called me, he was like, I swear I didn't do that. That is absolutely crazy. So he dug deeper into it, and he realized that the software that they are using to detect AI is AI, and it's picking up on some kind of like incorrect algorithm that flags all of them as being AI. So at this point, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. We're in such like the pre um we're in like the beta testing version of this AI world. This is like,
Yeah.
it's like totally unreliable. It's totally ass still, and like it's going to end up in people getting killed, and it's going to be horrible. So
Mm.
yeah, it's going to be great.
It's going to get that far. It's going to get that dangerous.
Well, I mean, cameras
It
are
probably
already
is already dangerous.
they're already putting like surveillance cameras that are like around data centers and things like that, that are, picking up on people's faces and,
Yeah,
logging you, and
I did see that.
typecasting people and things like that. And who's to say, who's allowed to use that kind of technology and who's not, and who are going to be the victims of, that technology? I think we kind of all know the answer to that, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about to get really interesting around here.
Yeah, probably the next 10 years, this whole country is going to be gone. So it'll be wild.
Yeah. Well, we just need to get over the ice wall, and we'll just figure it out from there.
Yeah, I'm trying to move to Europe or something. This is ass. This place sucks. But
Dude, you know what? A couple years ago, I would have been like, "What? America's great." Uh, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm like Arizona. Let's go to fucking France or something.
yeah,
Let's
but
go to Italy. Like, what are we doing here?
at the same time, I could see I would certainly, take me to the desert and drop me off. And I don't want to see anybody ever again. That
Well,
would
when you're in Arizona, I'll make sure I have a car. I'll drive you all the way out, and
sure,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll top you up, dude.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
You got it. You got it. Um, so I guess my last question for you is going to be it's probably really simple, but I like asking everyone this
Sure.
who's been doing this for a minute. Looking back at how your life has gone since you've taken this route instead of going the oh maybe find a girl and get married and get a full-time job, instead of doing that route, looking back on it just right now, um was it all worth it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. I've I'm so fortunate to have gotten to do a lot of the things, and because at the end of the day, all I wanted to do was meet new people to play with. That's it. I just wanted to get better as a player. So and I have done that, and I'm still doing that. I'm never gonna stop doing that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
100% worth it.
yeah. I wouldn't change it. Maybe change a couple things, but uh, not any of the me playing music things.
Yeah. Well, I did say that was the last question, but I forgot I did have one more. Um, what's the rest of 2026 looking like for you personally in Fuming Mouth? I know you have a tour coming up. You just dropped an album. I know 2026 is already nuts for you guys. Um, but what else can we expect from you guys in the near future?
I mean, we've got so many offers coming in now that are like super exciting. So I guess I can't really talk about them just yet, but um, we're definitely going to see us internationally, uh, and talks of Europe, maybe something coming along a little further east, but
Yeah.
we'll yeah, we'll see. It's all
Hell yeah. Lots
bigger
of
and better
exciting
things.
stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be sick. You're definitely gonna see us internationally at least. So
Hell
I can
yeah.
say that for sure.
So anybody who's listening to this and they want to stay updated on the dates and everything else you guys got coming up, where's the best place to go where people can follow you guys and
Well,
you
we
and
we've got our own website. We've got fumingmouth.com. Let me just make sure that's what it's called. Don't tell anybody. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. We've got fumingmouth.com is kind of like just go there. You'll find everything we need. You can follow us on Instagram too, and Instagram and fumingmouth.com will have everything that you need. Um, so yeah, check that out.
easy, easy. Well, I'll see you in Arizona in September. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Shoot us a
Yeah.
message. We'll guest list you.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you coming on and telling your story. It's not the easiest thing to do. But I think the more that do it, the more awareness comes to the mental health aspect of being a rock star. It's not the easiest thing to do, but getting advice from people like yourself, maybe it's a little easier.
Yeah, just don't do it. Nobody should.
Just don't do it.